攻略嘅觀眾，你哋好。
我係吳卓羲，
我係葉明心，
我係導演林超賢，
我係謝霆鋒，我係古天樂，
我係梁樂詩。
你哋而家睇緊嘅係？
你而家睇緊嘅係？
你而家睇緊嘅係？
你而家睇緊嘅係電影全攻略。
電影全攻略。
電影全攻略，
電影全攻略。
電影全攻略。
今集嘅電影全攻略，我哋獲邀請嚟到韓國首爾呢度出席荷里活科幻大片《沙丘瀚戰》第二章嘅首映禮啊！呢一部電影咧喺第一集嘅時候成績已經非常之唔錯，喺奧斯卡奪得6個獎項。究竟喺第二集觀眾嘅反應又係點樣呢？就仲係未知之數啊！不過咧喺權威影評網站爛番茄，今集就已經有成98% 嘅新鮮度啦噃。今次嘅劇情承接上一集嘅結局，繼續由電影《旺卡》嘅男主角甜茶 Timothee Chalamet 同埋 Zendaya 主演。而今次最驚喜嘅就莫過於喺電影《貓王》裏面飾演 Elvis Presley 嘅 Austin Butler 啦，加盟做大反派啊！除咗要戴頭套、冇眉毛兼且整黑啲牙之外啦，佢冷酷無情兼有少少變態嘅演出，連演員們睇到都話覺得好心寒啊！而今次我嚟到首爾，都同一班演員同埋導演做咗個專訪，傾下拍攝點滴㗎。
Hi everyone.And Austin, did you receive a warm welcome by Zendaya and Tim on the first day of school of Dune?
Yes, very warm welcome.
We tried.
Considering the way that I looked, they were very kind and welcoming.
And this time, who is gonna win between Willy Wonka and Elvis Presley? In a fight.
In a fight?
In a fight?
I would say it depends which stage of Elvis. Respectfully.
Which stage?
Respectfully.
Elvis knew karate.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
He did karate every day.
Really?
Wow.
So, I don't know, but
your
Willy
work cut
Wonka
out
has
for
a
you,
bunch of
Wonka.
Oompa Loompas helping.
Yeah, a bunch of Oompa Loompas helping.
Jump on his
With some
back.
chocolate?
Yeah.
But did you guys?
Lactose problem.
But did you guys receive a long time of training for the fighting scenes?
Lots of rehearsal in Los Angeles and
Yeah.
Budapest. Separately at first, then together. So a lot of prep time.
Zendaya and Tim, how hard it is to learn Chakobsa, the language of remnants?
It was actually one of the first things that I wanted to like focus on because once you can dial it in and really understand it, then you're not thinking about it and you're not too much in your head. So we had this incredible team of people. They send kind of breakdowns of like very specific pronunciations and how to do it, and you just kind of a lot of repetition. So by the time that the day came, I felt very comfortable. In fact, I feel like maybe as Chani, I felt more comfortable speaking in Chakobsa than English part of the time because I just felt like it maybe felt more natural.
Hi, Stella, nice to see you. How do you describe the feeling playing the evil Baron, especially with the whole artificial body?
Well, it was not pleasant. I can tell you that. But that was one part of it. That was a pain I had to go through to have the joy to work with Denis Villeneuve and all those great actors.
And how long does it take to put on everything before you're going on set?
If I'm full body makeup, it takes 8 hours.
8 hours.
Yeah, and then it takes 6 hours if it's less. So it's something where I couldn't work every day because I ran out of time. So I worked every second day.
And your whole body is artificially enlarged. Was it a painful process?
It's the painful thing is just to sit still like this for 8 hours. But it's not painful in parts. And then you have your the makeup artists that are surrounding you. There are 5 people working on
all
you
together.
All the time. And they're funny and they're also extremely talented. So they're painting you, painting in the prosthetics, and it's like watching Michelangelo paint. But it's a little much with 8 hours for it.
But you guys become good friends.
Yeah, we're
Hello, Denis. And how challenging was it to film the scene Paul riding on the huge sandworm? I heard it took a long time, right?
Yes, because it was like by far one of the most challenging scenes I've done in my life, technically. Because I didn't want to make any compromise. I wanted it to look as real as possible, and I wanted to shoot as much as possible on camera. So it required a huge amount of time and with a specific crew that was dedicated to the task in order to help me to bring this sequence to the screen, because it was like each shot was done took days to do. So it was like really challenging.
And how was it like filming the whole film 100% for IMAX?
For me, it was the decision I've made right at the beginning that this time, in part one, the interiors were shot in a regular format, and IMAX was meant for the desert or space. Yeah. And because part two mostly happened all in the desert, we went full IMAX, embracing the full power of the format, because I wanted this movie to be even more immersive than part one.
沙丘瀚戰第二章嚟到第二集，將會繼續探索保羅嘅奇幻之旅。佢同彩寧以及弗雷曼人決定聯手，對摧毀佢哋家庭嘅敵人展開復仇之戰。面對一生摯愛同宇宙命運之間嘅抉擇，佢必須竭力阻止只有佢先能夠預見嘅可怕未來。
With Dune Part 2, Denis brings his full vision to life.
You can see there's so much joy in him every time he comes to work. That passion invigorates us all.
You don't get to play characters like this every day.
It's bigger and better than I'd ever imagined.
They were doing it themselves.
Silence!
可憐的東西由金像影后愛瑪史東主演，揚威金球獎、金獅獎同 BAFTA 嘅話題作品，講述一名不幸身亡嘅年輕女子被古怪科學家救翻生，賦予全新生命。但復活後嘅佢喺成熟女性外表之下，竟然只有小朋友嘅心智，天真好奇，隨心縱慾，不受束縛，對未知嘅世界仲非常飢渴。
When you first talked to Yorgos about it, how did he?
Oh, that's interesting. How did he describe it? I was quite fascinated by this discordancy between these period costumes and this crazy, less obviously sci-fi history. The process with Yorgos was one of kind of distilling that. He gives you quite a long leash. He doesn't micromanage or tell you what to do, and I found that really fascinating. And I had a whole massive journey of my own, strange body forms, in bold, lurid colours.
Holly came in with so many boards and so many ideas that were just brilliant. I flew to Athens before our rehearsal process to do a long, early fitting with Holly and Yorgos.
We very quickly decided that she may have been dressed in the morning by Mrs. Prim, but has lost most of it by lunchtime.
We had a very good starting point with Bella because she's so unique. You can imagine that she would put together her looks in a strange way.
I think I'm just nervous because of the fall, because that's so constricting.
She doesn't wear a corset at all in the film for her performance, particularly when she's very young, like a new person, and at her most childlike. The language of her movement just could not have coped with the corset. And then it's as if she has this separate wardrobe that's almost been waiting for her, that's, you know, a bit more grown up. I think it sort of doesn't really matter that they're from another period, actually.
With Holly, the costume designer, it's not just about look, it's about practicality.
Willem has these boiler suits. We made one that was like based on the idea of what if a smoking jacket was a very tailored smoking jacket boiler suit.
I'm actually something of a romantic, Max.
And everything has these little sort of smiley pockets that look like orifices, and he plugs his tubing through this funny little hole.
Everybody's costume is gorgeous. I could walk down Fifth Avenue with this today, then actually look cool.
Men were very peacockish in the Victorian age. I mean, sumptuous, like wild. We took that to the extreme. I mean, I probably had like 15 fittings. Everything was tailor-made.
紅毯先生由劉德華同寧浩主演，講述重影40年嘅大明星求獎心切，喺內地得獎導演邀請下，試圖通過出演農村題材電影贏得國際獎項。為咗演好角色，佢決定深入農村體驗生活，點知狀況百出，鬧劇不斷，仲引發史無前例嘅公關大災難添。
觀眾喜歡看動作片嘛？
打我們呢？我們可以為了藝術獻身呢。按資方說的來。不要打！
就係
北極百貨的秋乃小姐。故事講述秋乃作為一名新手禮賓小姐，開始喺華麗而神秘嘅北極百貨店工作。呢間鋪頭嘅員工就係人類，但係所有幫襯嘅顧客都係動物，好似要氹老婆嘅貓頭鷹、送禮俾爸爸嘅水貂，同為咗求婚而頭痛到爆嘅野狼。
新人の秋野さん、僕は結構気に入ったよ。
ぜひとも生き残ってもらいたいものですな。
コンシェルジュの辞書にノーの文字はなし。二度と来ないわ、こんな店。
君はこの百貨店に必要ない。
私なんかが。
君は北極百貨店のどこが好き？
これは頑張るすべての人に送る物語。ここで精一杯のおもてなしをしたいです。
提起 Austin Butler， 相信心水清嘅觀眾都會發現佢把聲比起幾年之前唔同咗，好似滄桑沙啞咗好多咁啊！亦都有人話咧，佢可能未搣甩貓王嘅影子添啊！不過佢自己都話啦，因為之前飾演貓王嘅時候長期唱歌，令到個喉嚨經常拉扯，可能都有啲影響㗎。至於甜茶 Timothee Chalamet 呢位美髮混血演員喺韓國嘅受歡迎程度真係非常之驚人㗎。事關佢之前主演嘅電影《旺卡》喺韓國已經橫掃咗幾個禮拜嘅票房冠軍，亦係華納兄弟自疫情以嚟表現最好嘅一部電影。緊接住嘅有《沙丘瀚戰》第二章接棒，難怪一班 Timothee 嘅粉絲咧會咁興奮啊！究竟 Timothee 咧喺韓國有幾受歡迎呢？睇下佢出席首映禮紅地毯嘅時候，一班 fans 有幾咁瘋狂就知道㗎啦。
今次《沙丘瀚戰》第二章嘅一班導演同埋演員特登嚟到韓國首爾出席首映禮紅地毯，超過2000名粉絲塞爆會場，有啲仲早一日已經嚟到霸位。而為咗吸引偶像注意，佢哋仲準備咗唔同嘅應援手幅、畫同埋海報，希望可以博到合照同簽名機會。特別係當 Timothee 進場嘅時候，全場簡直陷入瘋狂狀態。今集時間差唔多啦，我都係時候返香港，記得下個禮拜同樣時間電影全攻略再見啦，拜拜。